Matt Fontana, and as always, take it easy. One of the beautiful things about football in the NFL is it is very simple on one thing. You win, you get to keep your job. Usually you say that for players. Usually you say that for coaches in front office. And I think that's exactly what Shedeur Sanders did on Sunday when the Browns beat the Steelers. There's a cost associated with that. And I will have to just let Dante Moore go and go to another team. It doesn't matter. I don't care. You tell me you're going to beat the Steelers and potentially knock them out of the playoffs, I'll take that any day of the week. How they won that game, I really have no idea. I rewatched it, and I just go, man, the Steelers did not want to let Myles Garrett get that sack. One more to go. Finish things out against the Bengals. Buckeyes! Go to FanDuel. 10.5 minimum. More than that. Buckeyes will take care of business Wednesday night. If you're watching the show on Friday on The Rock, where they're going to sound really smart or really stupid on how that goes. So we get you ready to go for the Ohio State-Miami game. Cavs. Christmas Day was a bummer. That's all right. Got a nice one against the Spurs. We're ready to rock on that. We got the Browns. We got the Grid. We got the parlay. We got it all in the final edition in 2025 right here on Big Play. Welcome to the show, everybody. I am Matt Fontana. He is Ryan Tyler. So happy to have you alongside, presented by our great friends at FanDuel, Physicians Ambulance, and Garage Beer. I hope everybody had a fantastic holiday season. Ryan, did Santa bring you everything he asked for?
He did.
Yeah, it's good.
I had a great Christmas. Thank you.
I had a good one, too. I got a circular saw, which was... Welcome to life as you get older. Matt, you want some new video game stuff? Nah, I need a new circular saw. I got it, though, so thank you to Santa for that. And certainly a very happy new year to everyone out there. It's been a great year for us here at Big Play. You know, usually at the end of the year, you kind of do like that recap show. And, you know, we are a little constrained for time. But what a year it's been for our growth here at Big Play, for the show, and certainly everybody that watches us every week. We thank you so much as we get ready to go for 2026. Good news is, I don't know if I'm make official announcement or not, we're good for 2026. We're back. We're here. So thank you to Dave, thank you to Nick, thank you for everybody here at Big Play, and we're going to keep rocking into the new year as we go. Browns get that win against the Steelers. How? You didn't have Quinshon Judkins. You didn't have Jerome Ford. You had to have Rocket Sanders running the football. And I'm not trying to take anything away from the Browns because their defense was electric. I mean, Tyson Campbell, what a game from him. That trade still one of Andrew Berry's finest trades. And I said, getting rid of Greg Newsome for Tyson Campbell, and somebody goes, didn't he draft Greg Newsome? I'm like, yeah, it doesn't matter. But he had a great game. Swessinger, fighting through that quad injury, played his rear end off. And then it was so obvious that Aaron Rodgers just didn't want to be the sack. So much so that they lost a game. Think about that. You sacrificed a division championship and the right to go to the playoffs just because you didn't want to go down to some stat book and have a picture. Here's what they should have done. They should have faked an injury for Aaron Rodgers, taken him out for a play, do a 7-step drop back with Mason Rudolph, let Myles Garrett get it, and then you can move on with the game. Because they were just so preoccupied with that. And I know that the Steelers side of it, they're not going to say that. And Aaron Rodgers, like, they're going to lie. They're going to lie and tell you what is. Ryan, it was so apparent in that game that Rodgers did everything he could to not let Myles Garrett touch him. And I get that. That's usually the game plan for everybody, right? Like, that's your game plan, is not to let Myles Garrett wreck the game. But that was to a whole nother level. Yeah, DK Metcalf was out, and so was Calvin Austin, and they couldn't throw to anybody. But it was just so weird watching the Steelers basically play in fear on offense of Myles Garrett. I've never seen anything like that. I really have not seen anything like that. And we know Myles is going to walk his way to the Defensive Player of the Year. It's his award without it. And I hope he gets it against Burrow. Are you nervous that he's not going to get a sack against Joe Burrow?
Is it weird, Matt? I want to see it. I do. I think he's going to get it. I just can't help. I just don't care that much. I really don't.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's just become such a thing, a topic, a conversation thing, because the Browns just aren't good, that there is, I would say, some undue pressure on that. I get where you're coming from, though. And the thing is, Myles is going to win DPOY for the second time. He's pretty much already a lock for Canton. And it would be nice to have that, I think, because he deserves it. You're right. At the end of the day, if he doesn't get it, I don't think it's going to impact his legacy. But if he does get it, then great. And that's something you can add to it. If anything, just go get it again next year. And I don't know how easy that is. I mean, there were games he had, 3 sacks? He had 2. Didn't he not have 2 games of 3 sacks this season?
Well, I think that's a reason that it's hard for me to get all excited about is because you had 5 sacks, Matt, in a game where you lost to the Patriots and you got blown out.
Yeah.
You had 5 sacks by one player and you lost by, I think it was like 20-plus points.
I mean, that's the thing. The individual, you want to get that accolade because there isn't much going on with the team. So you want to get something from Myles Garrett. So we'll take a look at the Bengals coming up as well, but I hope he gets it. I do. To the conversation about Shedeur Sanders, because am I wrong in this thinking? He won that game on Sunday, and now will start the season next year for the Cleveland Browns. It's never quite that easy. I could see them go the route and try to bring in another veteran guy, the Mac Jones level. Watson is still around. Dylan Gabriel is still here. But by winning that game, the Browns fell back to 6th in the draft standings. And I think at best they can get up to, 4? 2 is done. There's no way you're getting to 2 anymore. So Dante Moore's not going to be there. And I guess you could make the case, which somebody tried to do to me this week when they said, Matt, you were all in on Dante Moore. And I said, yeah, I wanted the Browns to take him. And if you were that sold on him, then don't you find a way to trade up and go get him? And I said, yeah, that could happen. The Raiders are going to take Fernando Mendoza at 1. I would assume the Jets are then going to take Dante Moore. And if it's anything like the Cam Ward situation last year, which I wanted the Browns to go get Cam Ward. I wanted them to go get Cam Ward. The Titans weren't even picking the phone up. They didn't care because they were taking him. The same situation is going to happen to the Raiders and the Jets. Does that mean that Mendoza and Moore are everything and the next Patrick Mahomes? No. It means they're a franchise, destitute, need a quarterback. They're available. Their fans would riot if they traded that pick away. It's not going to happen. You could offer them a king's ransom, and they're not going to move that pick. So if I understand the idea that win on Sunday cost me Dante Moore, that's what happened on Sunday. No question about it. That means Shedeur Sanders is your starter week 1 next year. Does he deserve that? Watch those first 2 quarters up until that interception, which wasn't necessarily his fault. It kind of dinged off the helmet. And then it just unraveled from there. That Herbig should have had that pick 6 and he dropped it. You see so much good. And then it just goes so bad. And I try to emphasize the good and focus on that. It's never that easy with the rookie quarterback. But now, under the guise of how I'm operating, Dante Moore is off the list. Mendoza, I don't think, was ever on the list because you weren't going to get to 1. I don't want anybody else. Oh, Matt, take somebody in the 3rd round? No. If you weren't going to get Moore or Mendoza in this draft, do not waste your time. I do not want Ty Simpson. Chambliss, if he comes out, I have no idea. We're done. We're going linemen. We're going receivers. Anybody that can catch a football is on this team in the draft. That's it. I don't even want a defensive player. Take all the linemen and skill position guys that you can. That's it. So then who's left? Shedeur, Dylan Gabriel, and Watson. And if they go get some veteran off the scrap heap type of guy. If that's your scenario, start Shedeur Sanders. Do it. Now, the pressure will be, can you actually live a full season with him with the ups and the downs? Is that locker room going to believe that they can win games with him? I don't know. I'll try to put some eggs in a basket of a full offseason, full practice, trick up the offense for just him, which I think they've been trying to do. And you hope for the development. Start him. 5 games in, it's not going well. Go back to Dylan Gabriel. Dare I still go back to Deshaun Watson? I don't think that's going to be a thing. That game on Sunday, with one way or another, changed the trajectory of the Cleveland Browns' future. And people will scream and say, shouldn't have won that game. Shouldn't have won that game. There's examples over and over again, and I saw a few of them on Twitter. If this team had just lost this game like they were supposed to, they could have drafted this quarterback. And here we are. I'm not playing that game. I'm not doing that. Because once you start letting that loser culture creep in, people would joke, oh, it's been here for 20 years. I get it. Once you start signaling to some of your players that winning is not the most important thing, it's hard to shake that off. Go ask the Raiders how that's going right now. Think Max Crosby's going to be there next year? I don't. Go see how that sells to that organization when you're just blatantly tanking. So it cost me Dante Moore. I will cry myself to sleep, but I'm glad the Browns won that game, Ryan. I am.
Hey, hats off to Shedeur. You know, if he wanted to keep this job, and this is likely the scenario we're headed now, it was really up to him. He had to find a way to win one of these last two games to get the Browns out of the position, like you said, in the top two, to be able to take one of these guys. Now, my question to you is, obviously, the Raiders won, as you mentioned, are going to take Mendoza. Then at number 2 right now, if the Giants do lose, they'll hold that number 2 spot. Obviously, the Jets do have more ammunition to trade up. They parted ways with Sauce and Quinnen Williams. Is there a scenario where the Browns could still possibly outbid the Jets to go to number 2?
Sure.
And I know people are going to say, well, you're going to have to give up the house to go and jump the Jets. But hey, if you have that much conviction in Dante Moore, he's your guy, I don't think you're really thinking twice about it.
I wouldn't either. And that's the thing. Those conversations will be had if they already haven't been. And it could be future picks. And my only fear on that, and actually is a perfect segue into something else I want to talk about, was the future of Barry and Stefanski, right? You just got done giving up a bunch of picks. And I know it went really bad with Deshaun Watson. I don't think Andrew Barry's going to be in this business of trying to give up more first-round picks than he has to. And you try to project, which is hard to do, what that 2027 draft class is going to look like from the quarterback position. Put your eggs maybe in that basket. Like, at the end of the day, what I think people need to remember and realize, there's always going to be another quarterback. There's always going to be another one. People, they were so hooked up on this one. Well, drafting first overall doesn't guarantee you anything. I never said it did. As long as you make the right evaluations and you pick the right player, nobody's going to complain. Well, Patrick Mahomes was not the first quarterback taken. Josh Allen was the third quarterback taken. If the evaluations were correct, they would have been the first quarterback taken, and you would have had the pick to make it. The problem is not with the ordering of the picks. It was the evaluation of the prospects. And that's a lot on the plate of Andrew Barry. Sorry, I'm going to ask a general manager to make proper evaluations. And if he comes to the evaluation that Dante Moore is a franchise quarterback, playoff quarterback, then no amount of picks isn't worth it. It's a double negative. You'd give up whatever you want to get that guy. So don't get all hooked up on, well, just because you got the top pick doesn't mean you're always going to get the best player. Make the right damn pick then. Make the right pick. Same thing. Brown's sitting at 6. Well, Carnell Tate. Just make the right pick. Make the right pick. If they're really all in on Ty Simpson, then make the right pick. That's all I'm asking. I don't see it, but maybe they do. I have no idea. But it does come back to the future of Barry and Stefanski. Stefanski was asked this week, and he gave the right answer. He goes, I'm just focused on the Bengals. And then he dropped the, I am privileged to have this job. And, I mean, do you think that they've made their decision already? Either way, I don't. Let's see how Sunday goes. And then from there, understand the base is him staying here. You got to move off of that. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you don't do anything, he's your coach. He's coming back next year. He's under contract. You don't do anything, he's your coach next year. So you really need something that is going to move you off of the decision of bringing back Kevin Stefanski. Because the base answer today is he's coming back. You got to have some reason to not bring him back. Have you seen a reason for that, Ryan?
I think this is the most frustrating thing about this whole season is, yes, of course, the main reason is the fact that you're 4-12, right? You didn't go anywhere, and we probably knew that wasn't going to happen. But when we started the season, what was the one thing we said we wanted, because we had low expectations, what was the one thing we wanted to know by the end of the year was, do we have a quarterback that we fully trust, that we're going to fully go in on for 2026? And I still don't think we have that answer. Obviously not. And it also...
No, you have the answer. It's just the answer you didn't want. It's you don't know.
Right, exactly.
Right.
You don't know.
You don't know.
And then pair that with the fact of, well, Kevin Stefanski has been he's been critiqued a ton this season, is what it is. And the fact of, was that win worth it for Kevin Stefanski to keep his job, or are we going to roll into the next season with the same two problems? Possibly a head coach that we don't trust in big decisions, and a quarterback that we don't know is franchise altering. And I don't think that we really answered either of those questions this season.
No, and that's the thing. You'd love to have that, but now you've been forced into this box where, again, you don't do anything. Shedeur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, and Deshaun Watson are here. Either your hands are tied because you don't have the draft pick, or if they want to go get a veteran guy, those guys are just going to be back, and that's just the hand that you've been forced. It's the hand you've been dealt. And you could blame the Browns for, again, just coming back. The Watson thing is always going to get the blame, or who you could have picked here and there or whatever. Just have another solid draft. In the fame, everybody's arguing about build the team up before you get the quarterback. I'll tell you what, now you know what's been forced. You better build the team up because you don't have a choice. You're not taking a quarterback. Your hand has been forced by other people. You won that game against the Steelers. I do not regret it for a second. And now you are just off to this path over here. And that path is take a receiver, take a bunch of linemen, let Shedeur start, go get a veteran guy, go there, and go get your franchise quarterback in another year. Because what do I say? Nothing's going to be fixed until you draft a franchise quarterback. Unfortunately, that's not going to be fixed in 2026. Sorry about it, but here we are. All right, let's take a look at those Cincinnati Bengals. Why don't we just trade for Joe Burrow?
I would.
You want to trade for Joe Burrow?
I'd send 4 first.
I'd send it all. I'd send anything. Anything. Would you trade Miles?
Yes.
Yeah, I would too. That's not happening. He's going to stay with the Bengals for now. And we'll see him on Sunday for yet again a late season meaningless Browns-Bengals game. But here we are. We'll take a look at Cincinnati. We'll get the report card. We got the parlay coming up. We got some Buckeyes to get to. We got it all right here on Big Play. They got it all for you. Physicians Ambulance for a new career in 2026. You're looking for some work. You're an EMT. You're a paramedic. There's no better place to go than a Physicians Ambulance because you are going to further your career. They invest in continuous education, advanced care capabilities, and most importantly, invest in you, the employees that work there. And they know when their people succeed, the patients receive the best care, and it's the best for our community, making that impact, and it's the best for Physicians Ambulance. So much so that over the years, like any business, they invest in people, and they get other opportunities, and they leave. And Jason at Physicians never once has looked at an employee and said, get out, go. Never. That's not how they operate because it's like family there. They've actually had employees come back to Physicians Ambulance say, you know what? I had it better here. It's more of the family vibe here. You guys treat us better here. I'd like to come back, and they welcome them with open arms. That's how they operate at Physicians Ambulance. Again, making an impact in our community. Emergency transports, event medicine, all the events going around downtown Cleveland. They're at all of them. Emergency organ transports. They have a vehicle. I don't know if I ever told you this. Right? They have a vehicle right here at Burke. A lot of those organs come in here. They have to have an entire transplant team. Whatever doctors took that organ out, they come with it to Cleveland to take it over to clinic, the university hospitals, wherever the transplant's happening. They have a vehicle with Physicians Ambulance to transport not just the organ, but a team of surgeons to get to the hospital and save lives. That's just one of the many things that they do at Physicians Ambulance. They're all over Northeast Ohio, headquartered in Brecksville, satellites North Ridgeville, Mentor, Kent, Warren, Ashland, Worcester, and Columbus. There's bound to be one near you. So if you're looking for work, full-time or part-time as an EMT or paramedic, reach out today and help them continue to set the standard at Physicians Ambulance online, physiciansambulance.com. Let's take a look at those Cincinnati Bengals. Ryan and I famously lost a bet and had to eat Skyline chili because of that team. That's all right. We're not doing that this year. We'll get to the Bengals next.
The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Smart Choice Windows, energy-efficient products at an affordable price. Visit smartchoicewindows.com today.
All right, welcome back. Fontana Show presented by FanDuel, Physicians Ambulance, and Garage Beer. He's Ryan Tyler. I'm Matt Fontana. Check us out. With the holidays, we'll go out Tuesday night, I think, 7 o'clock on the YouTube side of things, on the social side of things, at Matt Fontana Show, and then Friday on The Rock. So if you're watching this, we'll get to the Buckeyes here in a little bit. I hope they'll take care of business on Wednesday. But we know Browns, Bengals, Sunday. Let's take a look at those Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow is still, I know he's upset. I know he's ticked off, but you watched that Cardinals game. I know Chase Brown had a really big game in that one as well. Jamar, you knew they wanted to get him in the end zone. It had been like 6 weeks since he had scored a touchdown. He had 2 against the Cardinals. But, I don't really know another way to ask this to you, so I'm just going to ask you. Do you buy Joe Burrow's pressure that he's putting on the Bengals? Like, are you buying the I'm not having fun playing football? And he's in a position where he can hold that franchise accountable because he is the franchise. Like, Jamar's a good player. T. Higgins is a good player. But, like, the Trey Hendrickson thing has been a complete disaster debacle. That defense is just completely rear-end. And I think that fear is starting to creep into him that he's going to waste his career in Cincinnati, that the pinnacle was when they made the Super Bowl in his 3rd year, and he's starting to maybe feel like they don't have a chance to get back there. And I get when you watch them play with him in there, it looks completely different. But, like, that's just – it's like any team. You lose Mahomes, you lose Burrow, you lose Lamar. Like, what are you going to be? Nothing. But I just wonder – Like, how ticked off do you really think he is at the Bengals?
It's just, it'd be hard to imagine Joe Burrow at the end of his career not having an MVP or a Super Bowl ring. Obviously went to one, but I mean, it gets to the point where he's made all the money he can ever imagine. He can retire. I mean, he's been a guy that's been in the public, obviously LSU. He's had so many iconic moments. I wouldn't blame him. It gets to a point where your body only lasts so long, man. I mean, we saw it with Andrew Luck. I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up just hanging up the cleats one day.
Here's the crazy thing about their schedule. These are their losses. Vikings in the early season when they were still the Vikings.
They got destroyed.
Broncos destroyed them, and this was when Burrow was hurt. But then they lost to the Lions, the Packers, the Bears, the Steelers, the Patriots, the Bills, the Ravens. That's not shocking. Those are all really good teams. Now, the big one is they lost to the Jets. Was that not the Jets' first win of the year, too, when they beat them 39-38? And again, I know Burrow wasn't in there. But then they beat the Ravens, Steelers, and then they back-to-back against the Dolphins and the Cardinals, who are just not good. So, like, you could look at it and say, we lost to some really good teams, like, try to pull some positivity out of it, I guess. But I think there's legit pressure that he's trying to put on the Bengals right now. But you know what? I like Joe Burrow. I do. Go ahead, create that drama, man. Anything to go ahead. Let this Lamar drama keep circling around. Go ahead and let Tomlin and Harbaugh rumors. We deal with drama here all the time. Like, let these other teams start to deal with it a little bit. But we'll see how it goes. All right, next up, what do you got?
I couldn't decide.
You're not wrong.
I couldn't decide.
You're not wrong. You couldn't give it to Kevin. It's Zach Taylor, man.
I think Zach Taylor's an awful coach.
Fair.
I do. But hey, he's got more playoff wins than Kevin Stefanski does.
I can't deny any of that. There's no question on the receiver. There's no question on the running back with Quinshon Judkins out. Both offensive lines are just garbage. And if you put the Browns and the Browns and the Bengals together with their offense and our defense, we wouldn't lose a game.
The best team ever.
We didn't lose a game. But here we are. I agree with everything you put there.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. All right. This is the last one for 2025, buddy.
Last one of the
last
regular
one
season.
that we're going to put in for 2025. FanDuel Parlay is next.
The Big Play Sports Network is brought to you by Garage Beer. No bitterness, no frills, no IPA, just beer-flavored beer. Find local retailers who sell garage beer near you by visiting drinkgaragebeer.com.
All right, here we go. 4-team parlay presented by our friends at FanDuel. 2 from Ryan, 2 from me, and we're off and running. FanDuel, folks, the live is where it's at. You sit there and you're watching the game and you're getting the vibe. The boost tokens are there. You could jump around and live odds on the player props. You get the live spread, the live total, whatever you like. It's all there with FanDuel. And we did my sister-in-law and my wife's cousin, basically my cousin. We did the pass the leg on Christmas. So they did everybody can jump in. You send a link and then you jump into a group and everybody sends a leg or two. It was a lot of fun. They got it all cooking for you right now in FanDuel. And the Your Way on the FanDuel app is a great thing to do for live, but just in general, you want to slide that little thing. You like DeAndre Swift for 50 yards in that game or 52 yards. Go ahead, slide it over, get to 52. Build those parlay ups, the straight bets, the boost. They're all there with our friends at FanDuel. I've had a fantastic time. We're back. Nobody cares about me personally on it, but we're back. We had some nice bets over the holiday season with our friends at FanDuel. Nice little Cavs one, nice little Sunday night football parlay. But get in bet with us. It's so much fun. Please bet responsibly. Go to FanDuel.com/bigplay. Download the app. Get signed up today. FanDuel.com/bigplay. And we're off to the races with our friends at FanDuel. Must be 21 over, present in select states, or 18 and over, present in D.C., Kentucky, or Wyoming. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit rghelp.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccp.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts or call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY New York, a paid endorsement. Do you know what's kind of changed for my parlays here?
What's that?
Don't do yards and receptions. Just pick one or the other.
Oh, absolutely.
I think that's a huge help. And there's a lot of people that tell me don't put the spread in, like either just do straight player props and don't put the spread in. It's hard for me to get away, but I've really liked that change that I've done on the parlays where I won't, like, this weekend, like Jerry Jeudy. Do you like him for 4 grabs? Do you like him for 40 yards? Pick one or the other. Don't do both. And I've enjoyed that. I think it's been a lot of fun with our friends at FanDuel. But you know how it goes. I got 2. Ryan's got 2. You know we had to do the Ravens and the Steelers. So we'll get to that going. But first up on our 14 parlay, Ryan.
What you got?
49ers might be the hottest team in football right now. Brock freaking Purdy.
The Houston Texans would like a word, Matthew.
The 49ers would be 5-point favorites over Houston right now.
They're the hotter
They're
team?
hot. They're hot. 49ers are better. They did that without Kittle. I'm all the way buying in on San Francisco. And the thing is, a lot of these games, you got to remember, do they have things to play for? San Francisco does. And it's a big game against Seattle. I want to say that is actually now for the division, is it not?
It's for the number 1 overall seed.
That's it. Number 1 overall seed and the division. They're at home. I was going to take them on the money line. Ryan said, if they're giving you 1.5, Matt, don't screw with it. Just take it. This is the Saturday night game. I'm just going to go ahead and ride San Francisco on this one. I'll take it the +1.5, even though I take it on the money line.
All right, I'm going the Chicago Bears to cover 2.5 against the Detroit Lions. We are a far cry from week 2, I believe it was, when the Lions destroyed the Bears at Ford Field. I think it was 52-21, Matt Ben Johnson's homecoming to Detroit. Listen, we are so far away from that. Chicago Bears playing good football. Detroit Lions not playing good football. Chicago Bears still have something to play for. If they do lose this game and the Eagles win, they'll drop to the 3rd seed. And, in fact, if they win this game, they would, I believe, get Green Bay rather than getting the Rams or the loser of the 49ers-Seahawks game. So still a lot at stake for Ben Johnson. I've got a feeling he wants to get his revenge. Detroit, obviously, not playing for anything but pride. Caleb Williams playing tremendous right now. Give me the Bears to cover 2.5 against Detroit.
I like the Bears, man, and Luther Burden's been a beast. If they get Rome back for this game, which sounds like they might want to get him back in there, we'll see, but everything's on the table for the Bears, and a meaningful game at Soldier Field. I think that is one of the best stories of this, and you're right, Detroit just playing for
that Lions pride.
It's out.
Come on. That was a good one.
That was good. I'll give you that. It's also outdoors, so you expect a little bad weather there. I think that could slow some things down for the Lions, so I like your Bears pick. Next up, number 3. We'll go with the Bills here. I like it. The Jets are an unmitigated disaster. An absolute unmitigated
disaster. Do you like them sticking with Aaron Glenn?
You can't fire a guy after a year. I trust me. I've seen it. I know what happens. Now, I mean, what do you want him to do? You gave him Justin Fields and Tyrod Taylor. You traded away Sauce. Garrett Wilson's missed most of the year. Breece Hall's all they got. No, you don't get rid of him. And I think the Bills, obviously, with how it went against the Eagles, which was just such a fun game. Weren't we treated like 2 of the best games this past week with Seattle and Seattle and the Rams was last week.
It was 2 weeks ago, right?
And then
49ers Bears.
49ers Bears and then the Bills and the Eagles. Just amazing games. I think the Bills are going to be good and ticked off. I just think this is more about the Jets. They ain't covering that 7, so go ahead and we'll ride with the Bills. Final one.
You know we had to do it. I know.
It, but we'll do it.
I went with Pittsburgh +3.5, even though everything's probably telling me I shouldn't. No DK. Last time they played, DK was a monster. His best game in black and gold, 148 yards, I believe. We saw what Aaron Rodgers can't do when they don't have a guy like DK. Calvin Austin, I hope, is back if I'm making this bet because they have absolutely no receivers outside of that. I don't love the fact no Broderick Jones. There's no way he's playing after breaking his arm. I don't care if he puts on a cast. There's no way he's going out there. It's at
Darnell
home.
Washington.
All I need is them. Hey, Arthur Smith, just hand the ball off to Jaylen Warren and Kenneth Gainwell. Get them involved. And Aaron Rodgers, read a defense like I know you can. You didn't do it last week.
I'm like, I think there's
the fact that they're at home. Mike Tomlin, I think once his back's against the wall and people start to question him, that's kind of when he rallies around that. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers maybe don't win this one, but if you're going to give me 3.5, I'll take that all day.
I think it's more about you watch that Browns game and how inept the offense was, realizing it was just about Myles Garrett, and I hope it's not that way. TJ Watt's got to play, doesn't he? He'd have to play. So I think he'll be out there. Then you watch Lamar and the drama there with his back. The thing about Derrick Henry,
people are seriously having the discussion of whether or not to play Lamar if he can go.
Oh,
I think that's ludicrous.
I think there's serious problems there in Baltimore with him. I think there's some serious things starting to come out.
I think he probably wants Harbaugh gone.
Yeah.
Some of Harbaugh's play calling, especially in the red zone this year, has been awful.
No, he's not calling the plays, though. He's just a figurehead.
Well, you're the head coach. Figure it out.
I know. I get it. And that's like their relationship is apparently all good. And trust me, I shed no tears for the Ravens' demise. But there's some drama there that I don't know if you like. So we'll ride with that. And again, if Lamar even plays,
Right.
if he's got that back injury, we'll see. All right, what do we got? Final one for 2025.
Plus 1074, Matt. We have a road dog covering, or excuse me, a home dog covering in the 49ers. And then we have
favorites.
Exactly.
We're all home.
I like the way it goes.
I like it. Get signed up today. FanDuel.com/bigplay. That is FanDuel.com/bigplay. You know another bet I'm going to be making on FanDuel. Buckeyes, baby. We'll talk about some Ohio State, Miami. We'll sprinkle in some Cavs. Comes your way next. Stay with us. It's been 84 years since the Buckeyes have played a football game, but we're back Wednesday night, ready to go. We're back with you on Big Plays. Ryan Tyler, I'm Matt Fontana, presented by FanDuel, Physicians Ammons and Garage Beer. So again, if you're watching this on The Rock on Friday, you know how this has already gone. If you're watching it, quote unquote, live when we put the show out Tuesday night, it's still the preview, so we'll see how it goes. Ryan, I go over to our great friends at FanDuel, and I've got this. Again, always can change. I've got it at 9.5 for the Buckeyes, favored against Miami. I do think there's a chance that number goes down as we get closer to kickoff, but there is no reason for it to do it. Ohio State minus 9.5. Listen, I've been doing shows out of Columbus all week. I'm all jazzed up. I'm all ready to go for the Buckeyes. Here's what you need to know. Number one, Miami. Michael Irvin comes out and he says, the trenches, the offensive defensive line for Miami. Buckeyes have never seen anything like it. Wrong. Okay, that's not true. Bain is a good player, and then Akeem Mesidor is their other defensive end. Keep your eye on those guys. Good news is the Buckeyes have to make a change on the offensive line. Tegre Shabola, he's out. He's injured. That's fine. They're going to put him in at guard. You got both your tackles that have started the whole year. You'll be fine. That's number one. Number two, you want to get into some stats? You want to dive into some deep stats over here, Ryan? Here we go. PFF grades. Miami was a top 10 team at getting to the quarterback in under 2.5 seconds. Julian Sayin was one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL or in college football this past season when his passes were under 2.5 seconds. He had a 90 PFF grade when the ball came out under 2.5 seconds. They will negate that pass rush. Their corners have some size. Good news for us, so do our receivers. The question on this game is going to be Miami's offense. Tony is their number one receiver. He's a fine player. Mark Fletcher is it. That was the only way they were going to beat Texas A&M, and lo and behold, that's how they beat Texas A&M, was giving Fletcher the ball late. I just think Ohio State is going to blitz. They're going to come up the middle. They're going to get into Carson Beck. Do you really think Carson Beck is going to be making plays for Miami to win this football game? I don't see a way at all. I'm going confident. I'm trying not to be cocky. It's Ohio State minus 9.5. And again, I could see the back door in a way. I could see Ohio State like easing up and them scoring late. Like, one of the other things that I was really looking at, actually, there was a special on there's a special on FanDuel. Can I get you their New Year's Eve statement parlay on FanDuel? You ready for this?
Please do.
Ohio State wins the first quarter. They win the second quarter by 3.5, which means just in the second quarter, they outscore Miami by 4. They win the game by 14 on a 13.5 point spread, and the under is 50.5. I don't hate that. I like the under. Miami is not going to be able to score. You gave Matt Patricia a week and a half because you didn't know if he's playing Miami or Texas A&M. You gave him 10 days with a defense littered with first-round picks against Carson freaking Beck. Come on now. People are talking about the offensive line. Yes, they're very good. And Fuaga's going to be a first-round pick, and the right tackle and all that. There are 5 guys that I trust to get after the quarterback for the Buckeyes. You look at that offense for Miami, you're going to have to block Kenyatta Jackson. You're going to have to stop Caden McDonald. You got Caden Curry on the other side. Let Arvell Reese come off on the linebacker spot. Let Sonny Styles blitz. And while you're at it, bring Caleb Downs into the box while you're at it to get after Carson Beck. I'm sorry. I don't see. This is me, Buckeye Homer. We're good to go here. I like the 9.5. I like it a lot.
I like it as well. Buckeyes, you score 16 points. The thing's all but over. Carson Beck, I don't trust him to throw less than 2 picks, to be honest
That's
with you.
another
Not sure if
fantastic
you can
point.
bet
10
that as well.
interceptions this
10
year.
interceptions this season. Mark Fletcher is a good running back, but you mentioned Tony, true freshman. I'm not trusting a true freshman to take over this game against this Buckeyes defense. Matt Patricia licked his chops watching that Texas A&M Miami game. Buckeyes should roll over, no problem.
You go into this mindset, stop Fletcher, stop Tony, ball game. Ball game. That's it. Even if you, to your point, just stop Fletcher. Stack the box, ball game. Ball game. Urban Meyer came out in his podcast. He said if Ohio State scores 14 points, they're going to win.
I really
Because
do
he
believe
doesn't
it.
see them scoring more than 10. Talking about Miami. And I'm kind of with it. And, you know, the loss after Indiana and how much that kind of fuels them, I'm more about cleaning things up and being ready to go. But we'll be going Wednesday night. Again, if you're watching on Friday, I hope we sent you on a good direction with that, with our friends at FanDuel for the Buckeyes. Cavs, yeah, Spurs game was nice. That Knicks game, man. I listen, we're all frustrated, and I have been with the Cavs. That Knicks game, you should have won that. You should have won that.
Make your layups, and you do.
I know. And there's an element that I look at and I say, you know, there they are. There's the cat. Like when they play that well, you know, there they are. Then they come out against the Spurs, and it's the once in a blue moon Jared Allen 26-point game out of nowhere. That Spurs game was impressive because I was happy they got that win, even with Donovan being off. Victor Wembanyama, cheat code. He did a walking, running 3-point shot. It looked like he was 5 feet from the hoop hitting a runner. So that was good for the Cavs. Again, I'm not trying to sound the alarms. There's a time I was really upset with them. I'm going to try to buy into, you know, somebody told me this. They go, you know, Christmas Day is basically the NBA's day. That's when the season really starts. So if you buy that, Cavs doing all right. I just hope with Merrill back, which I think is a huge part of this, now that Evan Mobley's healthy, big believer for the Cavs, just to try to turn around, just stabilize, just give us a little bit and get back up in the standings there in the Eastern Conference. All right, great time. Let's get to it. You know what? This take a lot of work, and I don't mean to put this on you. I wonder what our record was this year in the grid.
Oh, jeez. We will be selecting first in the 2026 Immaculate Grid draft.
I will tell you what. I have many New Year's resolutions. I will, starting next week, I will keep a tally on us on the grid to see how we do. And I'll tell you what, I will make this proclamation to you. We finish above 500 next year, big dinner on me.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, you, me, Danny comes in for a show and helps us out. We'll go out to a dinner, all right? But that's for next year. Let's finish it out strong. Immaculate Grid is next. All right, Ryan, final one. Let's end on a positive note for 2025, the Immaculate Grid.
All right, first round draft pick. I
Okay.
like when we have these
Tua?
types of categories.
Tungavailoa. What do you do with him?
Make a LinkedIn profile.
90 million. He doesn't need it,
Because
buddy. He
he
got
is
9
hashtag
million.
open to work.
Yeah. Sauce, Garrett Wilson.
And Kansas City.
That'd be Mahomes.
Jackson or Patrick?
Is Jackson a first-round pick in it? TikTok maybe?
Yeah,
First-round draft?
all TikTok dance
How's that
draft.
go? All right.
Want to start here?
Sure.
What is screaming at me?
I keep thinking of Tom Brady because he was going to go to Miami, but he didn't. It's not Robbie Chosen, is it?
Did he? I don't know if he played for Tampa.
I thought he did.
I know
Well,
he
hold
played for
off.
Tampa.
I know that's not a great guess, but that's something that came to mind.
Yeah. All right, we can kind of scatter around.
Yeah, it's open.
Jets and the Buccaneers. Is that Fitzpatrick?
Yes.
Right?
But it also works for Miami.
Oh.
He does.
So why don't we just hold off on those then?
Why don't, we got Fitzpatrick for one of the two.
Right.
We can work on the other one.
Kansas City.
Kansas City and the Buccaneers.
Something is also screaming
I
at
wanted
me.
to say Tyrann Mathieu, but I don't think he played in Tampa.
Is that like a John Lynch one?
No, he never played in Kansas City. He played in Tampa, but he didn't play in Kansas City. Jared Allen didn't. Vrabel didn't. God, I keep thinking of like a pass rush. Jason Pierre-Paul didn't play in Kansas City, did he? I don't think so.
Something's yelling at me.
Yeah,
man.
something's bothering me there too. I might have to come back to it.
Go
All
to the
right, Giants.
Giants and the
All right,
Dolphins.
Tyrod Taylor, Jets, Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes. Get me worried. It is Tyrod Taylor. Okay.
Giants Dolphins, is that not Odell?
It is Odell Beckham. And
Giants.
then Giants Chiefs.
Am I making this up, or did Kadarius Toney play for the Kansas City Chiefs?
He did. Right? Isn't that where he got cut and then he came here?
I think.
Yeah. Rip it. Good job.
Oh, look at that face.
75%. Wow. All
Okay,
right. So we
we
know
know-
we got
yeah.
Fitzpatrick up here.
Right. Okay. Leonard Fournette didn't play anywhere else. Well, on the grid at least.
Yeah, on the grid.
Julio Jones played a little bit in Tampa Bay. I don't think he played
He
anywhere
did, but I
else.
don't think he went to any of those other spots.
Obviously, no, Tyreek Hill. I'm thinking of the Chiefs.
Oh, man.
Gonna have to go to the
Well, obviously, Baker doesn't work for any of those. Like Brad Johnson.
Jameis Winston doesn't.
Jameis doesn't work.
Testaverde, did he play in Tampa?
He did.
But did he play?
Did he not? Wait, didn't he?
That's a you thing.
'Cause I know he played for the Jets. I picture him in the creamsicle uniforms. I do. Rip it. All right, go Jets, Vinny Testaverde,
Oh, you do.
Dolphins, Fitzpatrick.
You feel Vinny Testaverde
I'm feeling it.
for Jets Tampa Bay? Yeah. Click it.
I guess. Oh.
Wow, buddy. Okay.
All right.
One
Okay.
more.
All
It
right,
comes
one more.
down.
Let's-
So,
okay.
no,
We're good. We got it. We just got to think through here.
we've had this before. Is it LaShawn McCoy?
It is Shady McCoy.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not crazy.
No. Yeah, nice.
That's the way to end a
Nice.
year. That's the way to end a year.
That a boy. Way to go. Good job, Brian. That's how you finish it out. Speaking of finishing out, one more. Just one more for the Browns. And they get the cover. Our Browns picks are next. All right, welcome back. Matt Fontana Show with you here on Big Play. Catch us on The Rock, 4 o'clock on Fridays, presented by our great friends at FanDuel. And again, New Year, holidays, we can't thank our partners and our sponsors enough. FanDuel, FanDuel.com/Big Play. The entire team at Physicians Ambulance, our great friends at Garage Beer. They wish you a very happy and holiday season, a very prosperous new year. Any New Year's resolutions for you, Ryan? Do you believe in them? Not really.
Study the grid, I guess.
Yeah, I guess be better. Always grow the show. Is what I always say. I'm going to read more, and I kind of.
Cut down on the mock drafts, maybe.
No, we're not doing that. I guess now that we don't have the second pick, it's not quite as fun. But again, really, we can't thank us enough. Just thank you for watching, being a part of it every single week. Final time for us, Ryan.
Yeah.
Browns 7.5. Cover?
I think they cover.
I think they do too. It's more about Miles and Joe Burrow. Like you talk about Aaron Rodgers being in the back of the head, Myles Garrett being over there. How about Joe Burrow? Denzel being back, thank God, because he's going to have to go up against Jamar Chase. And I do think there's an area that maybe the Bengals sit a guy or two. T's been battling injury. We'll see. Stop Chase Brown. Give me the cover. I don't know what, 24-17.
Okay.
Give me the half. Give me the hook.
I'll have it a little bit closer. I'm going to go Bengals 28, Browns 24.
Okay. That'd be nice. I mean, you're right. Honestly, I keep discounting how bad that Bengals defense is. Keep running like you are. Maybe, okay, quick parlay time. Jerry Jeudy touchdown. He's got to freaking get one.
Think.
It's got to be him. I'm going to say Jeudy touchdown. What if Shedeur runs one in?
Yeah.
Those two,
Or Rocket Sanders.
Burrow pick. Put that together. Shedeur anytime touchdown. Jeudy anytime touchdown.
And a Myles Garrett sack.
Give me it. Got to have it. Folks, have a fantastic new year. We're back next week. We'll talk to you then. For Ryan Tyler, I'm Matt Fontana, and as always, take it easy.